Hey, this is Rick Kasalj, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, I wanted to go through the top 4 right shoulder pain exercises. And I'll get Andrea to demonstrate the first one, and then I'll explain it in detail, and then we'll go through the other 3. There we go. So that ends up being the first one, shoulder roll with a downward punch. So what you're doing is, we'll start from the side. I'll get you face this way. So once again, you've got good posture, so you're not rounded through the shoulders. You tighten up in that mid-back. You've got good posture from the side. You're going to shrug up. You're going to roll back, and then you're going to add a little bit of a punch down at the bottom. So what I mean by that is, and maybe we'll get you to face the wall here. So we're shrugging up, we're rolling back. This is the bottom position, and then you're just going to do a little bit of a downward punch, and activate the muscles back here a little bit more to push down on that shoulder. So with this one, what we're working on is putting the shoulder into good posture, because with right shoulder pain, a lot of times the shoulder ends up being rounded a little bit or a little bit out of posture, and that affects things. So the shoulder rolls, bringing it up and bringing it back, puts that shoulder in a better position. It improves your posture. It wakes up those shoulder blade muscles, which oftentimes tends to be turned off when it relates to right shoulder pain. And then also with that downward punch, we're working on those small stabilizers or shoulder blade muscles, which oftentimes are not working properly with shoulder pain. When it comes to sets, reps, and time for that one, you're going to do 1 set of 5 repetitions, and that bottom position you're going to hold for a good stop. So that means 1 to 2 seconds. So that's the first exercise. The next exercise ends up being the vertical hanging exercise. And with this one, I don't have anything to kind of hang from, but Andrea's going to bring her arms overhead, and it's as if she was going to grab something. So things that you can end up using is like the door frame. If you're tall enough to reach the door frame, you're grabbing the door frame, then you're going to bend in the knees, and you're trying to get a little bit more of a stretch in the shoulders and have the arms come back. Other things that you can end up utilizing, if you have like a pull-up bar at home, you can end up utilizing that. If you're in a gym, you can end up utilizing the pull-up bars in the gym, whichever grip that you want. Or if you end up going to the local playground, just grabbing the monkey bars and bending in the knees and getting that stretch in that shoulder. Now, if you're not able to bring the arms overhead and have them straight up and stretch, you just bring it to whatever point you can, and then you bend in the knees and you get a little bit more of a stretch. Now, for the type of right shoulder pain that shouldn't do this vertical hanging exercise, if you have shoulder instability, subluxing shoulders, sloppy shoulders, this would be an exercise that I would not want you to do. It's kind of targeted for people that need to improve their flexibility in that shoulder and improve their range of motion. Sets, reps, and time. 1 set, you're going to do 5 repetitions, and you're going to hold that end position for a stop. So a good second or 2. And after doing a set of 5 repetitions, see how it ends up feeling. If it feels good, you can progress the length, the stop, for 5 seconds. Now the third one ends up being thread the needle. So you're going to go into a 4-point position. So you got good alignment in the head, shoulders, and hips. Hips and arms, good. You're going to bring the hand through and then the shoulder through. We're really working on trying to loosen up that back area. You're going to go one side, then you're going to go to the other side and rotate through. Good. And then back. And with this one, you're really bringing that arm through, trying to bring that shoulder through. So we're really stretching that mid-back area. We're stretching that outer hip area and that low back area. So really stretching through here, mid-back, and throughout the whole spine. So with this one, what we end up doing is we're working on the mobility in the mid-back and in the low back area, because we want to loosen that up, and that helps when it comes to right shoulder pain. We're looking at stretching the lats on the side, dynamically stretching them. A lot of times they end up being over tight when people with right shoulder pain. And then what we're also ending up doing is just working on the range of motion and mobility in that shoulder. Sets, reps, and time, 1 set, 5 repetitions each side, so a total of 10, and we're holding for a second or two or a stop at the end of the movement. Now the fourth one ends up being a bent over row, so we're just going to use the stick, and I end up going with an underhand grip because that ends up keeping the elbows closer to the body. And Andrea's got like hip to shoulder width apart, bending at the knees, bending at the hips, keeping this good alignment when it comes to head, shoulders, and hips. Tighten the abdominal area, keeping that curve normal in her low back, and then going through that rowing movement in order to really strengthen through that mid back area. And a key thing to remember, when she straightens out, she's not dropping the shoulder. That'll be bad for that right shoulder. You want to keep it tight, it goes to straight, and then you're rowing it back. And we're really working on the mid-back muscles, shoulder blade muscles, which are all important when it relates to right shoulder pain and right shoulder pain. Now you can see with the exercise that I ended up going through, we ended up focusing on both shoulders. And the reason why for that is we want to train both sides of the body in order to balance out the body. Now, if you are right hand dominant, it's more common for you to end up getting right shoulder pain, and that's normal. And the reason why is because you end up utilizing it a lot more, and also there tends to be more movement or mobility in that right shoulder, leading it to greater risk for injury and pain. But give those top 4 right shoulder pain exercises a go. I know it'll end up helping with your right shoulder pain. Now, if you're looking for some other tricks and tips when it relates to shoulder pain, what I recommend for you to do is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tricks That Fight Shoulder Pain and Tightness. Click right here, let me know where to send that free report, and I'll send you that free report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, smartphone, head down below into the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/shoulders. Let me know where to send that free report, and I'll send you that free report right away. Now, if you got benefit from this video, make sure to like it. If you have a question or comment for me, leave it down below in the comment section. And lastly, make sure to hit subscribe in order to get future pain relieving videos.